You guys have been doing this whole like you believe the PR story about the thing that dropped about Trailer Swift.
Yes.
And that would be Taylor and Travis. That's their name, by the way, Trailer. And they were supposed to break up.
They
And
were.
No, they're going to.
And you said that because she didn't go to the game.
So
It's sus.
media outlets are speculating that because Taylor Swift didn't go to the game, that Travis Kelce had a bad game, but he's been having a bad season. So, I mean,
He's sitting on the sideline like very depressed.
yeah. So it just leads me to believe more that the contract, the full scope contract that we saw, they're breaking up apparently in 4 days on the 28th.
That's when they said on the thing,
Yes.
on the date, was
It-
the 28th.
Yes, on the 28th, September 28th, they're supposed to be announcing their breakup.
Y'all know this ain't true, right?
You don't know that. You'd have no idea. Maybe they were planning on it, and now
Because
things are
even
just,
what if they planned it and they didn't? Like, what if they planned this out and now that it's out, they would be stupid to do it because that would prove that there's some sort of
that it's fake. Yeah.
fake Illuminati
Sure.
relationship behind the scenes. So even if it was true, now they can punt it and say, all right, well, guess what? We breaking up on Halloween now or whatever and move it down the line. They would never give
Around
y'all
that
the
time.
you give y'all the like satisfaction of breaking up on the 28th.
I still think that this is a publicity stunt, though. Like it worked out for the NFL. They got more female viewers. Travis Kelce got a bump, and the ick was off Taylor Swift because of her ex-boyfriend saying certain things that he wasn't supposed to say. So she got a new boyfriend, and everybody kind of forgot about that. So I think that it was mutual, like a mutual breakup and a mutual beneficial thing for the both of them.
And y'all believe this because yesterday when we were doing the show prep, y'all said because she didn't go to the game.
yeah, it looks
This is why. Like,
Does look
can
weird.
I just want to be the one to remind y'all. Taylor Swift. How do you?
busy.
Let me quote Rick.
Oh, go ahead.
Como se dice? That's how you say. Did
Como
you say?
se
How
dice.
do you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell does that mean?
Como se dice? That's in
How do you
Spanish.
say?
That's in Spanish. See, we got Rick who's running Maxima now, and he don't know like
His
Spanish.
name ain't Rick
Spanish.
no more. It's
So
Ricardo.
Is it Ricardo? Yeah. So in every meeting, I hear him say "Como se dice." So all right. So como se dice? She got a job, man.
Okay, I
How
would
do you
said that.
say she got employment?
All right, I
Why
would-
she got to go to every damn football game?
I would usually say that, but the night before, TMZ reported her out with Gigi Hadid in New York,
Right.
and
What
she
is
wasn't
what? I
doing
mean,
it.
what do you mean?
Her friend.
Like
Just
she was
saying.
out because okay. So let's say
She's not supporting her
Taylor
boyfriend?
Swift got to be out in New York for her job. And so she's like, hey, girl, I'm in New York. Let's go get dinner. Paparazzi catches a shot of her. Now, all of a sudden, ooh, she partying instead of going to a football game. That woman don't want to go to every football game all 18 weeks. Like, I mean, y'all act like she just got
There's
time
not-
to fly around and follow this man with the bad haircut
I mean,
around the world.
Yeah, she was supporting him before. She was flying from Brazil to go
Yeah.
see her games. She's not going to fly from New York?
Yeah. I got work to do. I'm
She's-
Taylor Swift.
You had work to do when you were in Brazil?
It's still new though. The relationship is still in that fun like honeymoon zone. So if you can go support your man, maybe he told her no because he's been sucking. Seriously.
Y'all are rough these days.
No, but am I
Whatever.
wrong?
I don't
If you're
believe
not
it.
playing your best, would you really want your super famous girlfriend to show up again to see you suck?
I want my girl to show up at any game, even if I'm on the bench. I don't care.
Okay,
It can be
first of all, ain't
depressing.
nobody showing up to watch you on the bench. I'm sorry. I know some parents that don't show up and watch their kids on the bench. They're like, tap me when he come in the game. Whatever. All right. So we got 4 days to count that down.
Yeah.
So Diddy has also been unearthed because he had a 99 interview that he did with Entertainment Tonight, and it's making its rounds. A bunch of stuff is making its rounds. It doesn't age well. Everything Ashton Kutcher has said, everything that Gene Deal is getting big paid out here, the security guard that used to work for Diddy. He's getting all kinds of money to do interviews now because people are looking at him
Yes.
and Crazy Jaguar Wright like they are, knowledgeable.
Saying a lot.
And she's crazy.
Yeah.
Like bat crazy. We know that.
And
all
I've been
right.
watching her for a while.
And honestly, I don't believe anything she says.
Okay.
I mean, well, some of the stuff about Jay-Z, I do. Because she was singing background for him on the MTV Unplugged. That she knows about. Everything else, All right.
Okay.
But anyway, this is what Diddy had to say.
Your parties are the hottest ticket around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more.
But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers, people from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying?
Perlman?
Jay-Z
It just
twice.
goes on and on. You know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together.
Yeah, you are.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
I know Jay-Z like, damn it, why I gotta be
Damn
mad
it.
at that thing.
He mentioned him twice.
He mentioned him, Jay-Z and Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman, the worst person. The worst person. Literally the worst person you could say he was talking to.
Right, exactly.
Nah, I like Ron Perlman though. He's cool.
Listen, there was a Jason, Jason Lee, who said, I've seen everybody at the Diddy party. He's like, I've been at every party. I work for Revolt. I've been at everyone, but I've been there as a press person. He's like, but he started naming names, the Beyoncés, the Jay-Z's. He's like, you know, Leo DiCaprio. He's like, Justin Bieber. I've seen everybody, Tiana Taylor, Iman Shumpert. He's like, I've seen everyone you can think of at Diddy's party. So he's like, nobody is beyond reproach as far as this list is concerned. He's like, however, we were in the yard. He's like, I've never been around to see the after the bottles of oils and
When
all of
everything
that
was
stuff.
done.
He was like, but as far as attending the party, anybody who was a hot name was at those parties. He's like, nobody can say they weren't. Oprah Stedman at the parties.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, that don't mean that people were out there doing grabby. He's like, because I know damn well I ain't doing it because I don't get down like that. But I've been to every party because that's where the stars are, and that's where I get my interviews from. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
funny you say that though, because
What?
now there's videos going around with Diddy announcing at the party saying, all right, it's time to take the kids home. It's time for the real party.
I mean, but wait a
Like-
minute though. Again,
like-
everything looks guilty in the past.
Yeah.
Everything looks guilty when you're looking backwards. But how many times have adults been like, all right, y'all kids,
Yeah, go.
Time for
y'all
the kids to go
going, time
home.
for y'all to go on up there and do the movie room now. It's time for y'all to get on out of here. It's time for the grown folks to party. Turn up that Frankie Beverly and Maze. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mama and them used to send kids to the bed. Hey, cousins all gone upstairs now. It's time to go on. And then they put you to bed and then wake you up to do that dance when they good and drunk.
Right.
They're like, hey, come down here and
Hey,
do
come
that
down here,
dance.
show 'em-
Come
show
do
'em
that little
dance.
dance. Do that dance. And then you'd wake up the kids and bring them downstairs to do it. And then you send their little ass back upstairs.
Right.
So, I mean, that's not scary to hear Diddy say that. It's scary while you're being investigated by the feds.
It doesn't help the way
It
the
just-
public views you. I did see a clip yesterday from Keeping Up with the Kardashian. It was Khloe Kardashian talking about going to Diddy's white party, and she was talking to her sister, and she goes, everybody in there was naked.
and
Everybody.
and then she said Justin Bieber was there.
Yeah, and everybody, she said she was laughing. She's like, I felt like I needed to be naked because everybody was naked.
But you know what, though? Everybody keeps pointing to Justin Bieber, but Aaron Carter is being mentioned in there, too.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of struggles
Yes.
that were very public. And now the new rumor is that he was
Involved.
getting ready to expose in his therapy or his struggles, start mentioning the fact that he had been to these parties and had these interactions with Puff as well.
He's had a lot of bad experiences, even with his own family.
The scary part for people is that the more people mention those parties,
Yeah.
the more likely they have a medical issue.
Oh.
Jamie Foxx was doing
yes.
all this press for some reason. He kept mentioning the Diddy parties.
Yeah.
Because he did an interview with Fallon, and I want to say he did James Corbin, and he talked about the fact that he's like, at the Diddy parties, I was quick with the tapes. You know, he's like, so I got these tapes. And he kept saying that. And nobody knew why it was like such a conversation topic. And then he had his whatever it was. Like he's going to talk about it
Situation.
on his Netflix special or whatever. So he's going to talk about whatever that health thing was that he had. But that's when he had that. And then they were like, Kim Porter had a book in work. She got pneumonia. I'll be sure had something that was going to drop. He had he had some sort of coma situation. Andre Harrell had something that was going to drop because he wanted to talk about his Uptown days, and that all factors into the fact that his assistant at the time, Kim Porter, started dating his intern at the time, Puffy, and they got together. So everybody who's had a story has fallen ill.
Yes, which is weird.
Weird.
Very strange.
That's weird.
And that's what they mention in the alleged diary or book from Kim Porter. Like that is one of the highlights of the book, and how many people knew about it and just like looked the other way.
I don't know what's true. What are you about to say?
That Kim Diddy in the diary, it was alleged that he threatened. He was like, it says it right there that he was like, if I want you gone, you're going to be gone. And it's not going to be like with a gun or anything like that. You're going to get sick. You're going to get ill. No one's ever going to know about it. I've already done this 20 times, and nobody's ever found out.
See, and I'm telling you right there, that I don't believe. Because that right there, Diddy has been Bad Boys moving silence. Diddy has been the reason that the hip-hop cops in New York came about. They started watching it when they started watching Puff and then Murder, Inc. and Jay-Z and everybody who was dealing with Puff. That's where the hip-hop squad, the hip-hop cops, whatever you want to call it, came from. Diddy knows not to ever say to somebody in person on the phone, I didn't kill people. And I'll do it again. And I ain't got to do it with a gun. Like, Diddy, come on, man. If you successfully killed Pac and didn't say nothing, you're not going to tell somebody who's your ex, hey, I'm a murderous mother. No.
And they're saying Biggie, too, allegedly.
Biggie, too.
Allegedly.
That's all. That's just, bro.
Right,
like, come on. Ain't nobody going to be saying all that. That diary, those friends helped that story. I'm telling you, there's no way. They added
What if those
some
are the
stuff.
stories that she's been telling her really close friends for a long time, and now that she's gone, they finally were able to go ahead and publish
Stories
it?
die
That's
with
the
you.
thing, though.
Stories die with you.
Like, nobody can say anything, and we really have no way to tell it's
Stories
truth
die with you.
because
Stories die
she's
with
not
you.
here.
She's not here. They're like, on the thing, they're saying, oh, she sent it off. I texted it to people before I died. No, you didn't. You didn't text a book. You didn't text a chapter. Come on.
You could. A lot of people do that. There's a guy that did that with his YouTube channel.
I'm dying. He did something to me. Let me crank out this chapter before I...
No, it was already written.
I do think it's weird that when she did pass, he was there, and the whole blood thing, and then the fact that her house was ransacked and all that.
Okay,
I
so
do think that.
But we don't know those things. We've heard those things through social media.
She was made copies of these videotapes that he had on the hard drive because she was trying to get out of the relationship. That's what the diary is all about, how many times she was trying to leave. And that's when he threatened her. He was like, oh, you're trying to leave again? Well, you're not going to. And if you ever do, I've done this before. And then she finally was trying to get out of it at the last chapter. And so she was able to make like 40 different copies of the hard drives and was going to send them out. And then that's when she didn't wake up.
You know, here's the thing.
Allegedly.
When OJ got absolved of the crime.
Yeah.
And then he put that book out, remember?
If I did do it.
Right. And everybody was like, that's the
Crazy.
dumbest thing ever. But did he get arrested for that book?
No.
Did he get in trouble for the book?
No.
You know why? Because books can make all kind of assertions that aren't illegal. So what they did was put out a book because they're like, we know we're going to be able to sell it because everybody's talking about Diddy. They put out a book for profit and tied it loosely to this lady.
Yeah.
And everybody who knows her is like, this ain't her.
Yeah, it's
That
kind of
ain't her.
it's kind of like what you were talking about earlier with all the people from making the band now, like trying to be trendy.
Everybody's trying to get. I mean, yesterday
They're trying
I
to
had a
hit that.
conversation with. I'm not even gonna put him out there like that, but somebody we know who is a big fan of Puff over decades. And when we had him at our concert, we told Puff that this person was the biggest fan ever. And he signed, he said, hey, man, go get me a bottle of Cristal out of the dressing room. And he signed the bottle of Cristal to that person.
Wow.
That's dope.
And then gave it to him.
I mean-
and every time I go to his house, that bottle of Cristal is in a glass case with a light that is on it to display it in the house.
Yeah.
And I hit him yesterday because we were laughing about it. I'm like, hey, man, is that bottle still up in your house? He was like, you damn right it is. He was like, that was from a good time. Diddy was a good time. He's like, you remember he invited me on the bus? And I said, no, that's okay. I got to go because he was working. and he didn't go on the bus. And he was like, now I'm wondering what was happening on that
What
bus.
was going on?
He could have
what
been
I'm-
one of the freak offs.
So what I'm saying is that everybody has a Diddy story. Not all of them are nefarious, but everybody wants to glom onto it. Every picture with Diddy is popping up now. Every story is popping up. But, you know, these people are making a book for profit. I don't believe that part.
Yeah.
So,
Is it for sale? Because I thought it was just leaked, but I'll buy the book.
Yeah, it's just leaked.
I mean, it's leaked now,
Yeah.
but they're prepping for it to be
Printed?
released. I don't think
Okay.
the feds are scrolling through it like, ooh, these
It's
are facts.
interesting. I mean, it talks about Usher. It talks about J-Lo and the club shooting. I mean, it goes in depth about relationships. and
That's
trying
who's
to-
not. That's who better be nervous. That's who better
J-Lo.
be nervous.
Yeah. She.
J-Lo was around it, all the shooting,
Yep.
all of all those
drama.
parties,
Yeah.
all those things with her in the bed, you know, at the celebration. And I'm not talking about like the bed, but I'm talking about that bed at the party
yeah.
with Andre Harrell, and her hand is on Diddy's thigh and J-Lo's on the other side of him. Like, this shows that relationship that they had through the whole thing with. Like, I was at that party where she had the white headband on,
Yeah.
with where they was wearing the glittery stuff. That was after like the VMAs, and we all saw them out there. I didn't see anything bad, but I ain't going to no after parties. So J-Lo's gonna probably be drug into this and not want to be drug into
Again.
because you know she's already gone through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
This is me going down the rabbit hole. But what if Ben and J-Lo broke up because she knew something about to happen to Diddy? Like, just saying, theory. Like, what if she had been questioned and like knew something was gonna happen to her because of Diddy?
So she would
what
end
you
her
saying,
relationship.
What are you saying? So you
Like-
saying Ben broke up with her because he knew something was coming?
Yeah, or maybe she broke up with him because she knew something was coming and
She didn't break up with him.
She didn't.
First of all, like, you lost everybody with that one.
I'm just
She's
saying.
been walking around the every city she's in, crying on every corner. So I don't really think she broke up with
Maybe
Ben.
that's why she's crying. Maybe that's why she cried because she knows something about
you
to come
kind of
down.
lost us. You're stretching.
Maybe
broke
something-
up.
Ben
coming
broke
down.
up with her. You would have been better off saying Ben knew that something was coming where his baby girl was in videos
Yeah,
with Puff
like, ugh.
and on terabytes doing whatever she was doing, and so he left her.
We
We
need to-
might have rocked with that.
We need to talk to J-Lo.
J-Lo
I
ain't
feel like she
talking to
knows a
you.
lot.
Yeah, Jay
Yeah,
ain't talking to her. You better channel her through J Ray. That's all you get right there.
Thank you for watching this video. For all things wild, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.